Hello everyone and welcome back to the Common Sense Crypto channel. As with you always, this is Rich doing another video today. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day today wherever you are in this great world. We're going to talk about everything else that's going on around crypto. And let me tell you something. As I see what's playing out, I am so glad I am an XRP investor. I'm happy I'm a utility cryptocurrency investor because, you know, we're watching crackdown after crackdown with the SEC. We know XRP is no longer going to be named as a security. Now the rest of the market seems to be going through what Ripple already went through. Now we're just waiting for that whole case to finalize, and hopefully that happens sooner than later. SEC issues Robinhood Crypto with Wells notice, citing alleged securities violations. Now, they didn't mention any cryptocurrencies specifically, but they're always going after the on-off ramps as well. Do you ever take notice to that? Look at what's going on with Coinbase and other exchanges. Former chairman of the FDIC on banks and crypto. I do think that more banks would be willing, and they have expressed desire to be in the space, but they're not going to take on the risk, especially when they don't know what regulators are thinking. It's one of those things where you sit in a room and you just read the smoke signals. No banks want to touch crypto right now because of what's going on with the SEC. And at the same time, you have an anti-crypto army in Washington, anti-crypto politicians. Once the Ripple versus SEC case ends, I think that's going to change a lot going forward for crypto. We're going to see bank after bank getting involved with Ripple. And of course, Robinhood's shares tanked as well. Robinhood tanks 5% after SEC issued Wells notice related to U.S. crypto business. You know what's funny? I bought LCX once Gary called it a security. I bought more Algo because Gary called it a security. I bought more XRP the whole time Ripple was tied up with the SEC. Because it seems like everybody panics as soon as a cryptocurrency is called a security. When I see that panic happen, that's a buy signal for me. Wake up. The entire time they have been scaring you out of crypto. They have been developing the infrastructure so that large organizations and institutions can adopt these new technologies. Take a listen.
How has your R&D changed for Web3 startups?
Yeah, well, we've been investing since 2014 in the space, and so have seen several cycles. I mean, what's exciting right now is the amount of infrastructure that's been built. There's a lot of questions on scalability, not dissimilar to the internet in 1995, 1996, when it was really slow to download anything, send an email, and what we've seen great strides in is these layer 2 solutions. How do you verify transactions better or more efficiently with zero knowledge proofs, and so that whole scaling has been built over the last few years since 2020, and that's going to enable new applications to be built and enterprises to better utilize blockchain infrastructure. So I think we're just getting to the point where we're going to see more mass adoption over the next 5 years.
So mass adoption is next because the infrastructure was being built while everybody was worried about the price of these cryptocurrencies. Like I said, 2020 was the accelerator. That's when everything started to really accelerate. 2022, one of the worst years in crypto, things even accelerated more towards CBDCs because Russia was the first one to really start pushing in that direction. They made everybody else pay attention. BRICS then put the gas pedal down to the floor and made everyone accelerate once again. And that's why we're now on the verge of mass adoption. Coinbase added support for the Lightning Network last week, and it's already experiencing problems. That should tell you everything you need to know about the Lightning Network. Coinbase Global Inc. Lightning Network is currently experiencing an outage on Coinbase. It's because the Lightning Network was never meant to succeed in any way. I always said it's like a Trojan horse, and it's being controlled by the World Economic Forum. The path forward for crypto is not Bitcoin. And people need to come to terms with that already. I keep seeing people on a daily basis saying, wait until everybody starts utilizing Bitcoin all around the world. That's never even going to happen because there's no way to move Bitcoin cheaply. There's no way to transact with it in a cheap way. Everybody wants three things, and that's the future. They want fast, cheap, and secure. And that's what cryptocurrencies like XRP and XLM and XDC has to offer. And the list goes on and on. These ISO cryptocurrencies are the future. Circles USDC overtakes Tether's USDT in stablecoin transactions. Like I said, they are clearing the path for USDC. And they're also clearing the path for Ripple's new stablecoin as well at the same time. USDT, the days are numbered for USDT. Tether most likely only has another year left. Once regulations are in every single country, that will be the end of Tether. BlackRock has issued a major warning about the US dollar. The company is warning investors with cash in reserve to start moving some of it into bonds. So if BlackRock is all about Bitcoin like everybody wants you to think, why are they not saying put your cash into Bitcoin? Instead, they're telling you to put it into bonds. It's because BlackRock is not here for Bitcoin. BlackRock is in crypto for utility. They're here for the tokenization. They're here to move the world's money. And BlackRock warning about the US dollar is coming at the same time that the IMF is also warning about the US debt, worrying about the US dollar at the same time. You take notice what's going on. Even BRICS is they're preparing for a new world's currency. But I don't think that's what we're going to get. We're going to get a neutral bridge currency. And the reason I keep talking about this is because I'm preparing you for what's coming next. You could see it playing out in real time. Why are billionaires building doomsday bunkers? What are they preparing for? How will it affect you? Now, right away, when these billionaires were doing this, you see Elon Musk warning about the US dollar. Even Zuckerberg warned about the US dollar. Bill Gates warned about the US dollar. Now you have BlackRock warning about the US dollar. So when they're building these bunkers, right away, everybody all over X, they're preparing for World War III. That's not what they're preparing for. I think they're preparing for the chaos that's going to happen when the US dollar falls. And I think it's coming. I don't know how far away it is. You could put different time frames on it, but most people are speculating when they do that. And you could see us pushing in that direction. And even a CBDC ends the dollar as a world's reserve currency. What's the US pushing for? A digital dollar. The Fed's been working on it for a while. It's been talked about behind closed doors in the White House. But every time I make a video and I talk about this, people in the comments section are like, come on, the US dollar is going to be around. It's really not. And I think that's what these billionaires are preparing for. What are your thoughts on that? Put it in the comments section down below. Breaking new, the US total debt has surpassed $100 trillion. How is this sustainable? Now, people would say, I thought it was only at 34 trillion. This is all the debt. So US total debt includes household debt, business debt, state and local government's debt, financial institutions, and the federal government. That's the total debt. And it just surpassed $100 trillion. And this is not sustainable. They're rushing to the bottom of the US dollar because they know they're going to create a new financial system. we're pushing towards the digital dollar. You see how it's all coming together now. And that's why I always said, I am so happy I am an XRP investor. Because as the current system falls apart, XRP is going to rise with the rest of these ISO cryptocurrencies. You are going to get very rich. You just won't be rich in US dollars. You will be rich in something else. We don't know exactly what that is yet, but I look at it like this. I think there's going to come a time where you're going to be buying things with XRP when it's sitting at a very high amount. So maybe you walk into a store and you buy, I don't know, coffee, whatever you buy in the morning, and you pay in a fraction of an XRP. We're probably going to see that over the coming years as more and more projects that are building out on all these other networks are already pushing in that direction. To cash out into US dollars, I think would be the worst decision. And the reason I said maybe cash out into Ripple stablecoin, because I know some of you said, well, isn't that going to be backed by US dollars? But it's also going to be backed, in my opinion, by the XRP that's in escrow. Most likely it'll be backed by tokenized assets. We don't really know where the Ripple stablecoin is going to go. But if it was going to be backed by US dollars, I don't know how that would play out. A lot of people are saying that even if the US dollar was to go to zero, USDC would still be worth $1 US. But that doesn't even make sense to me. But I see people say it on a daily basis. So I got to look more into that. And I will make a video on that as I dig up some more information on how that could even happen. Because if it doesn't make sense to me, it's like, okay, well, where did you come up with this? But I think we could easily cash out into some gold or silver. And a lot of people are now talking about buying gold in like coin form. Because as the US dollar falls, people would still transact in gold going forward. We don't really know what's coming. I still think a parallel system will form. In other words, you're still going to have the US dollar, fiat money, running parallel with digital money for a period of time once CBDC comes. We're not quite there yet, but we know where this is going. But until it all happens, stay patient, stay positive, and let's get rich together. With that said, I'm going to wrap up this video. I want to thank you all for watching. I appreciate all of you. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great night.